Can you, off the top of your head, name one team that you find interesting in the NFL this year? We'll just start it right now if you can do it.
One team that I find interesting. Define interesting.
Okay, so different than everyone else is expecting. Like for me, I already talked about it a little bit. It's Cleveland, and I feel like they are not going to be in the playoffs this year.
Okay.
Am I crazy? I mean, maybe.
Crazy?
But
No.
I think it's going to be a total epic bust. I mean,
I expect that. I can see them jinxing the playoffs. I see a total meltdown from them.
you don't expect a total meltdown?
No, not at
Okay.
all.
My biggest concern, I heard someone talking about it. It wasn't in a negative way, but my biggest concern is that they allocate some like $50 million of their roster to the wide receiver position, yet are going to be a run first offense.
Yeah.
And that is just, I mean, you got two wide receivers. One is a known diva. The other one is kind of an undercover diva and Jarvis. It's not going to be pretty, man.
I could see that. That makes a lot of sense.
And then another aspect that I hadn't thought of until today, maybe yesterday, I think, when the year that Diggs had his meltdown in Minnesota was the 1 year Stefanski was the offensive coordinator.
Oh, man, you're right.
Yeah, they were winning games. They were still winning games, which
you
got to give them credit for that. But it was with Cook and not getting Diggs the ball. And I don't know, man.
A lot of people call the Diggs's thing a meltdown, but I don't even remember hearing anything about it. Was it, behind the scenes type thing? Or
it was out in the field on the open, throwing his helmet on the sidelines, getting into an argument with the coach on the sidelines.
I don't remember any of that. So,
yeah, it was pretty open and brutal. Okay, I remember him throwing the helmet faster than he did when he pulled off that miracle play. So,
okay, so I got a hot take for you here.
All right,
I would be less surprised about this than I would be about the Browns falling apart, but I could see the Chargers winning the AFC West.
What?
Yep.
That is a hot take.
Obviously, they would need some help from the Chiefs and things not going right there, but I could actually see them straight up like splitting the series with Kansas City and then just having a better year overall, than what anybody would expect. And
I don't hate that take as much as I thought, like originally I thought, because they might win the division doesn't mean the Chiefs aren't in the playoffs.
No, yeah, no.
Because I think the Chiefs are going to have kind of what I call a down year, because I think that we're going to see a decline in Travis Kelce, I guess is what he wants to be called now. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Travis Kelce.
He claims that everybody's been mispronouncing it for years, but I don't know. I don't know.
Fuck off, dude. I love you, but fuck off.
Okay, Travis so here's Kelce, what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. In our fantasy football auction draft, I want you to nominate him and emphasize the Kelce.
We'll do. I'll do that for sure.
Okay.
Anyways, I think he's going to have a down year. They didn't really get anybody to replace Watkins, which people don't think that Watkins was a very important part, but he actually was.
Yeah, he was.
And unless mid-season Odell Beckham starts causing trouble in Cleveland and they trade him to Kansas City, that solves both of those teams' problems. What?
I could totally see that happening.
I could too, but that would solve both of those teams' problems this year.
I just
the offensive line I don't think is going to be as good either.
Yeah, no, that's not.
And especially in the regular season, Mahomes is just not as willing to make plays with his feet.
Yeah.
He does it in the postseason when it actually matters.
Yep.
I like the way he does it.
I do too.
I mean, he's basically a pocket
he's-
passer from week 1 through 18. You know what I mean? Like, because you just live to play another down, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
when there's no more downs to play, then he goes off.
Yep.
So I don't
Love
hate
it.
the way he does that.
No, I love it.
I think it's
personally.
safe. You don't need to be Superman every fucking week. You know?
No, during the regular season, you need to be on the field. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
You,
Availability is your best ability, especially when you got an
Exactly.
arm like that.
you can argue that he's not giving him, his all, which was
His
hurting the
100%, which-
team. But it's not. It's helping the team because he is staying healthy.
I think you're 100% right. Yeah. But we were on the Chargers side here. And I actually think, I mean, now that I think about it, they might have a more well-rounded, younger team
Yep.
than the Chiefs. I mean, people think that the Chiefs defense is good, but they're awfully streaky.
They really are.
They put it
And
together
now
in the
with,
postseason.
Their one
But-
pass rusher possibly going to be in jail in California. I mean, who knows?
Well, he had the Uzi, right?
He had the Uzi, yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good. That's putting it mildly.
Yeah. So I don't think the Raiders are going to be any good. The Broncos are going to be a total mess unless they get Rodgers.
I don't think, it's
I
gonna
don't
happen
think
at
that's
this
happening
point.
now. But I could see him getting Watson. But again, I
he
think
probably
that they
doesn't play,
still might be a
so-
total mess.
Yeah.
Even with Watson, I'm not sure that they're competitive, really.
If they get Watson and Watson plays, then they might be competitive. But
Like playoff competitive or just competitive in games?
yes.
Perfect answer. Perfect. Answer. So no, I don't hate your take on that. I'm gonna have to keep thinking about it for sure, but we will. We'll try to do this again Friday. Come up with a couple teams that we both find interesting. I guess
Okay, I
interesting
like
being
it.
the operative word.
I like it.
It just fills an extra 15, 20 minutes there at the end of our show.
You know what I want to do on Friday?
What's that?
Number one pick predictions. Who's going to have the number one pick? We'll discuss that on Friday.
For the NFL? Or
Yes.
for fantasy? who's the number one fantasy pick?
You know what? We'll do both.
Okay. Caffrey. Sorry.
I
Probably
will not
McCaffrey.
be taking McCaffrey.
I
but-
won't either, but it's probably him.
You might be right. I don't know.
If we were in a standard snake draft and I had the number one overall pick and I couldn't trade out of it, I'd have to take McCaffrey.
I would go in a different direction, but we'll discuss that on Friday.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, as always, hit us up on our socials. Like our fucking pages, all that bullshit. And we will see you guys Friday.
Sounds good, bud.